Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, in our program, Leaves from Gora's Life, written by Dr. Sharma Marla from West Germany, I am going to read out you regarding the necessity of aggressive humanism. When Gora was in America, he told the Negroes and also some white men that they should refuse to call themselves white men and the black men. Different color of the skin should not make a difference between men and prevent them from feeling human. So, this idea they called it aggressive humanism. We should all become human. Everyone should feel human and not allow another to feel different. The sectarian label should be abolished, said Gora. When he was in Australia, he went to the Aborigines there. They live in reservations only. There also, he gave the same advice. Gora's world tour inspired him with this idea of aggressive humanism. All should grow human. For this, atheism is necessary. Atheism makes us all feel free. The individual is not subordinated to a government or a custom or an economic order. He is not subordinate to God. God and faith are all man-made things. Today, we are not so much dominated by the idea of God as by systems and institutions. Subordination to a system or an institution is as bad as subordination to God or faith. Subordination in any form is theistic, whether it is subordination to God or to a system. The word theism derives its etymology from the first factor to which men subordinated themselves. The first factor is God. In terms of God, the feeling of subordination has come to mean theism. Later on, the development of rationality discarded the faith in God but kept men subordinate to the systems of life. So, systems are called godless theism. Systems, economic, political, social, do not encourage the faith in God. Nevertheless, the subordination to political dictatorship, to capitalism, to traditionalism, faith in an economic order, all these subordinate the individual. This feeling of subordination is a theistic attitude. Either it is a godly theism or godless theism. It doesn't make a difference as long as the individual is subordinated. And so, this wider version of theism is the feeling of subordination. It is the expression of slave mind in man. The opposite of this is free will. The expression of free will is atheism. So, an atheist rebels against the systems as much as he rebels against the belief in God. An atheist is opposed to godly theism as well as godless theism. Godless theism is represented by the subordination to systems, economic, political, and social. Gora was explaining the same idea in his tour. Gora's world tour gave him this idea of aggressive humanism and he became convinced of this idea. It may look difficult, but that is the only way to solve the problems of racial discrimination and national antagonisms. In India, they also have this difference between Hindus and Muslims and the untouchability. All this can go only when they outdo the systems and feel superior to them. For this strength to outgrow, they need atheism. So, it is the atheistic solution to all these problems. The outcome of the world tour was firstly, the proposal of the World Atheist Meet at Vijayawada. Secondly, the deeper conviction in aggressive humanism. And thirdly, in Adelaide, Australia, Mr. Bullock was an intelligent man who was in Australian Rationalist Association. He got the idea that unless we call ourselves atheists, the rationalists tend to grow academic and the humanists are very compromising in their attitude. The Christians and the religions can exploit the labels of rationalists and humanists and not allow the rationalism and humanism to take to a new way of life different from the one that is settled down in the religious way. Therefore, the rationalists at Adelaide in South Australia thought that unless they take to the label of atheism, they cannot have definite progress. That was their experience. So when Gora was staying at Adelaide, they decided upon the change of name from rationalist to atheist and they gave him the privilege of inaugurating the Atheist Foundation of Australia. Gora hoped that Due to the efforts of the atheists, they will be able to convince other rationalist and humanist friends in this regard. With rationalist and humanist labels, one can combine wider sympathy, and at the same time, they have the disadvantage of not cutting the ice through. They cannot evolve a new way of life as the atheists can do. Gora hoped that the rationalist associations will see the meaning and the need of calling themselves atheists. Now they have formed the Atheist Association of Australia. They have their headquarters in Sydney, New South Wales, and branches all over Australia. They have started a journal, the Atheist Journal of Australia. Gora hoped that in course of time, by their sincerity and earnest efforts, atheists in Australia and all over the world would be able to convince others the need of a new way of life that will create peace and happiness among the people. They will show a way of getting out of this war and hatred in the world. That is the promise that atheism holds out and the responsibility of the atheist to this new way of life. The class conflicts also perhaps are not natural for man, though Karl Marx read the class structure. The atheist correction to Marxist reading of the situation will be able to give democratic solution to the economic and social problems and all other problems. The atheist ideology will awaken the common man to a sense of freedom, and when the common man gets awakened, he will shed his capitalist ideas, his sectarian, racial tendencies, and will feel equal with others. It's not that any system or any god enslaves the individual, but what enslaves him is his own subordination to what he considers something superior to him. That is the theistic idea which he has to shed and feel free. When he feels free, he realizes that he is the master of the situations and he can change. After returning from the world tour, this conviction is growing in Gora and he hopes to develop it more and more. And here ends our today's episode, and we shall meet again in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Dr. Samaram Multi-Channel Network, which is nearby 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.
Please download Samaram Multi-Channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.